getting things sorted for us. What we're trying to do, so when is this one? So what's happening is, for some reason, our TikTok live is no longer working as it used to work previously. So we aren't able to view or to give you the new setup because of what things are or how things are not working so nicely. Oh, sorry. For some reason, there's like a ban on my account on TikTok, but not the main account that you can see because I'm live right now on TikTok. But there's a ban on my account, and for some reason, it's not allowing me to connect to the lives anymore. So for now, we're gonna have to bear with it. I'll bring it up on the screen later so you can see. But basically, what is happening is that our we aren't able to stream using the new setup that I showed previously. So that's why I'm using the normal phone and things like that. But thank you for joining, everyone. So what we're going to do today is we're going to continue working on our Mzansi directory, right? So last week what we did is we have to sort out our personal profile, see what that looks like. Thereafter, looking at the personal profile, we then look at the business profile. Because when you're searching for someone, or in our minds, what we're thinking is when you're looking for someone through the Mzansi directory, you'll click on their name or their profile picture, whatever you'll see, and thereafter clicking on their name, it will take you to their profile where you can see, you can get to know them a little bit more, instead of what we currently have now, which is a capture form, just to capture your information. So we were redesigning that. We got a new design for that. And the people of Mzansi voted, and they voted on the design that they liked and they wanted. We then moved on to the business side, the business profile, and we were having a discussion about that. What do we want to look for when we are using the Mzansi wallet or the Mzansi directory? When someone clicks on your business, when you're using the Mzansi directory, what would you see? What would that person see? What would you want to see? So we'll get into that later, but I think we voted on our design and we got to what we wanted. And then I think today what we're going to get up to is, firstly, I'll speak about the new update. Thereafter, speaking about the new update, I am going to speak about, or we're going to try and design what the Mzansi directory is all about. Sawubona Neo, nice to see you here. So we're going to speak about and I think it was, there was a member of Mzansi did submit a design to us. Let me try and look for that while we are all here. I'm going to go to my TikTok profile and I'll try download that for us. So we're going to download that and see exactly what it is all about. For us. So we're going to download that and sorry. Exactly. Okay, so let's see. I'll go to messages. Yes, this bear in mind. Sorry, I'm trying to get that design for us. We're going to look at that because I think it was black mode. I'm just going to double check, but I think it was black mode. He was asking us to iterate on version 1 of our design. And what happened here, so it is black mode. So I'll open up his profile also and I'll put it up for us. If you want to go follow him and things, you can follow him at his profile. So it is, let's see, I'm going to flip the camera for you, then you can see his profile. So he submitted a design to us. He's a member of Mzansi that joins our lives, and he submitted a design. So in yesterday's live, he was telling us that we should iterate on one of our designs. So this is, are you able to see? Yeah, this is his profile over here. And he submitted a design to us. I'm gonna get you that design now. I'm gonna try download it. The TikTok apps thingy is so trash. The desktop version. I'm gonna have to screenshot it maybe. To see what's it all about. Ugh, this is such a terrible user interface. Is blue your favorite color? 100% blue is my favorite color. That's why it's the colors of MIH. That is why it's the colors of MIH. Oh my word. For some reason, the design is quite... Oh, it's TikTok's interface. Let me show you. This is the business suite of a TikTok, right? Let me scroll down to the bottom. So here's the new design that he gave to us. Look, it's even lagging. High memory usage, hectic. And if I submit this in, let me bring it to the main screen. So, if you have a look here, right, this is the design that he submitted to us, all right? I don't think I'm able to zoom in or anything. It's just the client that's different. But this is what our business profile would look like. I was able to get the file from Lovable through GitHub. Nice, 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 nice. And so now the next step for you, Neo, is to publish it on a server. Cool. Thank you so much, Bill, for the follow. I appreciate you. Cool. So I have the TikTok thing is here. So this is the design that Black Mode did for us. And this was with regards to these designs. So it was, you were saying that we should iterate on this one and get something like that. And this is what he came up with. This is the design here that he came up with. Let me know what you think. I like the colors and stuff over here. I like the text, and also just below that it has like a subtle text below that saying like make a call, send a quick email, something like that. So I'm like that. Let me know what you think in the comments, in the chat. If you are happy with that or not. I'm trying to get the TikTok chat sorted over here, but the drama right now, but it's okay. You see the struggles we go through when things don't work. But anyway, it's fine. So it's looking good. So I like this one. Or should we make it just having a look at Black Mode's designs? If we have a look at this, right? So I know he didn't use the MIH colors, but we have to put our eyes through an MIH lens, right? So we're gonna have to look at this design, and if we change this to like, if we change the background to the dark blue background, dark blue grayish background, and this gray color over here to the, what color is it? Our light blue color, will this design still work? So what we can do is if we go to Canva, let me try and screenshot this to make it easy for us. Thank you so much for the likes. I appreciate you. So screenshot taken, I can close this. And then, sorry, I'm gonna open up that screenshot so I can copy it. Copy. I'm gonna paste it in over here. Nice. Position, okay, I think it's at the front. So let's expand it and try and replicate it to what we see inside MIH using the MIH colors, right? And we can see what that is. But let me know in the chat if you think that we're going in the wrong direction or anything like this. So let's remove some text over here first, right? And then we have this, so let's copy paste, bring this down. Mzansi ratings. Rating. Let's bring it up. And then, you know what? I don't want to. Let me delete this one over here. Make a copy of v1.1. Make a copy of what we have over here. Oh my word, why is it not selecting? And then send to the back. Perfect. So this is the original. This is 1.2, right? Or 1.5. Then we're gonna say 1.75 maybe. Right? That's the two designs that we're gonna work with today. Then we have our reference on the side over here. So I'm gonna cover up v1.5 now. And we're just going to work off the reference design. Hi, Black Mode. We're looking at your design right now. We're trying to get the themes matched with the MIH themes just to see what it looks like and the look and feel of those kind of things. So that's what we're going to get up to today. So we have our Mzansi ratings. Let's increase that a bit. Mzansi rating. And let's delete. So everyone tap the screen right now to say thank you to Black Mode for providing us with this cool design. So first thing that we're going to do is we're going to get ourselves a squircle, a squared circle. And then let's delete this. And then we're going to change this color to match the MIH themes, which is our blue color, right? And we can have a line also. A line, change the line color to our other color, secondary or primary color. Can we decrease the width? 1. I think that's fine. Let's copy paste. Copy paste. So we'll just put a few at the top now. All right. So a few. Yeah, so we'll have this for now. And then, so basically what you had was the text also. So the text and the icon, let's copy that. Or not even the icon, just the text. Copy paste. Put that text in. Copy paste. Put secondary text a little bit less. And then what did you have over there? Make a quick call. A quick call. Make a quick call. Right, then we can have this and this, copy paste, so you'll see it now. I don't want to miss what people are saying right now. Okay. So first things first, we're gonna have to, First things first, let's make this square a little bit thingy. Right. So we have so many different colors. Okay. Let's change the rounded corners to a little bit less rounded. So sorry, Black Mode, just you can respond in the chat. Is it okay that I'm showing everyone your design and we're working with it together? Sorry, I didn't ask you. Are you fine with it? Are you happy with that? Is that okay? Do we have your consent? The main question. I'm okay with it. Thank you so much. So we'll get started. We'll get going. Maybe this thing over here in the background shouldn't be so squared. Like this. Make a call. This, copy paste. Send an email. Oh, this is email or mail. Email. Cool. So for those that just joined right now, what we're doing is we are in the process of working on our Mzansi directory. So the Mzansi directory is a place for you to search for people and businesses through MIH, right? So we have the Mzansi profile sorted, which will be something like this for now. And then we have the business profile. So we are looking at a design submitted by a member of Mzansi called Black Mode. He's in the chat right now. So we're just trying to replicate this to the best of our ability and also put in match the MIH themes. That's what we're trying to do today. So the color that you chose for this one was purple, purple-ish. Okay. And please keep in mind, guys, that I'm also new to UI and UX and user interfaces and coding user interfaces and stuff, right? That's why everything on MIH is a little bit simple at the moment. It's because that's what we are capable of doing right now. So we have location. And then this one we have it as blue. Hi Vicky, how are you? Have it as blue. Why is my blues not bluing? But that's okay for now. Well, let's try a different color. Yellow. Yellow, and then make it a little bit pastel. Alright. And then how am I doing monetization on the app? So if you haven't seen already, but on version 1.1.8 or 1.1.11 on MIH, currently available on the Apple App Store and the web, on the mobile version of the apps, when you are using certain functionalities, damn it, let me, sorry, I'm gonna switch this to, sorry, I was doing some coding today and I'm trying to see what I can do to get back. But anyway, if you go into MI8 right now, or let me do that quickly. It should be under the wallet, package tile, perfect. So instead of using that, we're gonna say context dot push location like this v Sorry, I was working with the routing of the application now, so things might be a little bit off, but yeah, perfect. So now we got it back and up and running. So the way we're monetizing right now, Neo, is in our application, our philosophy or our strategy with ads, so we're going to put ads inside MIH, is to only serve you ads when you are actually using the functionality of MIH. So only when MIH is providing value to you is when MIH is going to give you an ad for you to look at, right? So if we go onto the wallet, you see we still have no ads inside the whole of MIH. Let me put it up for you. If you come to the home screen, 0 ads. If you come to the wallet, 0 ads. Only once you click on the card itself is when an ad should pop up any moment now. Yeah, you see there's a test ad. So this is currently how we are trying out monetizing our application through ads. But this is just our first step in our journey of monetization. And also here on the MIH Lives is where you can also support. There's many ways that you can support MIH, but if we're speaking apps specifically, we have ads that we are serving to the people. So it's not only in the calculator, it's all, or in the, what is this, the wallet, it's also in the calculator. But let me fix this thingy also. Oh, context dot push, and then let's do, oh, damn it, push, and then it is, let's delete this dd, and then change word extras. How did I do it here? Extra wallet, what? Extra. What is this? Wait. Let's delete this here. It is extra. So now when we open up the calculator, I can show you what it looks like. So let's scan our fingerprint. Is it still not working? Damn it. Oh, this is calendar, that's why. I'm a fool. Calculator, I didn't read properly. So, O context dot push. So all I'm doing over here is navigating to the correct page inside MIH to display for you. Right, this is what I'm getting up to now. That's what I was working on today during the day. But if we open up here, scan again, now when we click on the calculator, we should be able to see, yeah. So another way that we're monetizing is through the calculator. I use this all the time when I'm going out, and when you actually use it and you get the calculations back, that's when we're serving you with an ad. So only once you are provided with some benefit from, or some value from MIH, is when you are served with an ad. That's currently what we're doing, but we'll see your opinions on it. Next is the Forex calculator. So also inside the calculator, we have the Forex calculator. And once again, once you calculate and MIH is providing you with benefit, is when we are serving you with an ad. So that's what our current strategy is. Not perfect, but we are all learning this. So let's move on to this. So the next one will be red. So we have location. Let's copy this. I hope that answered your question, Neil. How much does that size pay? So, interesting question. Very interesting question. So I'll show you that right now. So I don't know per ad, but if we go on to, so this is the monetization page, right? So this is what we currently are making. We just deployed this like yesterday in testing only, and then today in full. So yesterday. So you can see the activity from yesterday, from 26 impressions or 26 views of our ad, we got 1 rand 30 cents, right? Plus minus. And this is what you're asking for at the bottom. So the ECPM is the important thing. If we click on the I and we have a read, let me scroll down, sorry. Can I not scroll? Stupid website. If we click on this and we have a read at what this is saying, this is the estimated revenue. Let me go back. So effective cost per 1,000 impressions. So you don't look at it per viewing, you look at it per impressions. So you can see that if I have 1,000 views of that small ad of mine, then it's going to be around 50 rand that we're going to receive, right? But that's only when you receive around 1,000 impressions, which is 1,000 views or 1,000 opens, right? So estimate, yeah, so that's how it works now. This value over here is probably not standard. It goes up and down, because if I show you for today only, today so far, you'll see it's 26 rand and there's only 16 impressions. So once again, we only have 2 days worth of data, so I'm not able to fully answer your question, but that's what we currently have. Not much, but it's still the beginning stages. We only now pushed it out to the public, which means TikTok is making a lot, probably, with the amount of ads that they're pushing to us. But the difference is the one that I'm using, though, the version of ads that I'm using is what is this? It is AdMob. So I'm using a specific plugin called Google Mobile Ads. Google Mobile Ads. Mobile Ads. So I'm using this plugin to serve ads to you. So Google Mobile Ads for Flutter, it uses AdMob, and it uses AdMob and Ad Manager. So basically it's Google's service. So a cut of this is going to Google, but on TikTok side, they are their own ad providers, if that makes sense. So the people come to them to use their ad service. They don't go through someone else to use it. So they're making tons of money, definitely, for sure. We can also, in the future, not now, we can try that model out also once we get a little bit bigger inside MIH. So back to the design. So we're following a design that Black Mode suggested for us, which is this over here on the right hand side. The next is location or navigate to us. And then the last one that we have is going to be website. We can make this blue. Or what color? Red. And we'll get our icon. And put it in. Website. Find out more about us. Find out more about us. So this is what we have currently. Let's delete this. What are you guys thinking so far? Is it looking good? Is it looking bad? I think it's looking good, firstly. Let me say that. Let's group these things. Let's move it up. Move this up. Move this up. And then we'll have two buttons over here. This button is looking good so far. This button. Something like this. What are we thinking, guys? What's this for? So this is for, we are designing, or we're thinking about how can we create a Mzansi directory. So what a Mzansi directory is, so yes, it's for MIH, right? So thank you, Neil, for letting him know. But if we close this, let's put this on the side so it'll be easier to see for the people on TikTok. So this is Mzansi Innovation Hub, right? You can ask Mzansi what is MIH about, and our AI will respond to you.
Hey,
And
MIH, that's Mzansi Innovation Hub Super App. Basically, it's designed to make your life easier, both personally and for your business. It's an all-in-one platform where you can manage your business profile, your team, schedule appointments, and even do some quick calculations. Think of it as your digital HQ. Want to know more? Would you like me to elaborate on this topic?
thank you, Mzansi. So that is basically a quick explanation on what MIH is all about. There's multiple packages that you have access to, and we are thinking about adding a new package called the Mzansi directory. So the Mzansi directory will be a place for you to search for people and businesses across Mzansi. So in order to do that, we have to first redesign our personal profile, because it currently looks like this, but we are going to change it to this. The next thing that we have to do is look at the business profile. So the business profile is here. Sorry, the business profile is here. And one of the members of Mzansi, called Black Mode, he was in the chat right now, I'm not sure if he's still here, has suggested some improvements to our idea from yesterday's live. So we're trying to get it to match the theme of MIH at the moment, with using our colors to see what it looks like. So what we had was so it's between these two, right? This is what we came up with yesterday, and this is what we have today. So I should put up a quick poll for you. And firstly, are we liking what we are seeing over here? Is everything fine? I know things aren't aligned properly. I will try and hook that up for you, or hook that up for us now. But I'm seeing some likes in the chat. Let's move this over to about here. I like that. Looks really good so far. So which one? V1.5 or V1.75? Over here. It smells like someone's drying or something's burning right now. $1.75. Okay. Not too many buttons. Okay, okay. I like it. I like it. I like it. So something along those lines. So it looks like 1.5 is the winner, but yes, I said I'll do a poll for us. Let's do a poll quickly. Poll, quick poll, custom poll. 2 minutes, manage. Edit. Sorry guys, TikTok's polls is like pulling teeth trying to create a poll. 1.75. 1.75. Save. Start. Okay, so the poll is up now. It should be at the top right corner, somewhere over here on the screen for you. Let me see on our people from the other platforms. How are they doing? Okay, cool. So I'll put a poll up for the people on Twitch also, because I see there's one viewer, and here there's, I don't know, 4 viewers. So I'll put a poll up on the other platforms also. Can I even do that? Just put in the chat 1.5, 1.75. Let me know what you think. So I see so far we're leaning on 1.75 at the moment. I'm also liking this design of this thingy, whatever we want to call this thingy. And probably going forward, we can have something that has more, like, we can fill this up with like book appointment and other things that are available to us. So I think I'm happy with it. But the current question is, what do we like better, 1.5 or 1.75? That's the question at the moment. 1.5, 1.75. The poll is available. There's about 30 seconds left. Let me know what you think. Nice. I see 1.75 is the thing. I'll have to figure out how to do this. Definitely possible. No, it's definitely possible. Definitely possible. Let me not lie to myself. Definitely possible for us. So I also like this. The spacing, the alignment, all of these things will get fixed in the future. Because I'm just working off a non-scrollable square. But when it's scrollable, we can rearrange a few things to get them a little bit better. Put things in different places and all of those kind of things, right? Even I think this rating thing, people already know that these stars are the ratings, so I don't think we should explicitly say that it's a rating at the top of it. I think, or I would hope people know that that's a rating. Let me know what you think. So the winner of this poll was 1.75. So we're going to continue working on 1.75 as our version. Okay, group this. Sorry, I'm trying to group the stuff. Here. Cool. So this is our design at the moment. Should we have, I'm thinking, instead of buttons below it, we can just increase the size of this thing and have it as more options over there. What do you think? So instead of having the buttons standalone, we have them in this square. I'm not sure what would we call this? What would we call this thing? Speed dials. Our speed dials. Should we add them below? I think so. I say this because these buttons are currently looking a little bit off. Not off, but like out of place. So I think that this one over here, thank you so much for the likes, I appreciate you. So I think this one over here, oh, I forgot to put a, what happened to my other thing? Right, group, position to the back, bring forward, bring forward, bring forward, forward, backwards. Okay, let me move this up also. Group. Perfect. Like this. I'm thinking add them to the bottom. Instead of only having them black mode, you also like 1 point. It's a card. Okay, I'll use that word as a card. My guy, you sound like AKA. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I don't know why, but thank you so much. So I'm thinking we add the bookmark and the ratings to the card. Like black mode is telling us, add it to the card. So are these all grouped? Nope. So we'll increase this, make it a little bit longer. Then Copy paste. We just need one more of these lines. And we'll need two more. Interesting. I'm thinking this rating system of ours is taking up too much space for now. We need to find a better way of doing this. For now, we'll put it here, not final. Or Canva. Are you using Wix or Canva? So we are currently using Canva just to design some things. As you can see at the top, this is Canva that we are using. And the only reason why we're using that and not a tool like Figma, which I have over here, not a tool like Figma, is because I'm a little bit lazy to learn a whole new tool right now just to design things. And then I'm gonna have to go and redesign them in actual code. So I'll just use what I know, which is what we're seeing on the screen right now, and is Canva. So we are using Canva. It's quite a powerful tool. I know for sure I'm not using it to its fullest. I'm just using it for like basic things. But it's a very powerful tool once you know what's happening, or once you know the different stuff that the application has to offer. Ungroup. Okay. Over here. Copy paste. So are we gonna have, we'll have rating first. So we'll change this to what kind of color? What color do you think we should make the rating? I have a color picker here. Let me know. So we have yellow, maybe pink. We have a pinkish one. Red. We have a red. We can't use light. Okay, we'll use maybe this one. Thank you so much for following. I appreciate you. Maybe an orange. Yeah, an orange. I'm liking orange. So just think about, while I'm sorting this one out, just think about what color should we make the last card item. So this one will be rate us that others know we are lit. Don't worry about the wording, we'll change them. We'll change them and we'll find the correct wording for these things. But I should be able to paste again. Damn it, nope. Sorry, I'm trying to get the alignment correct. Oh my word, I'm moving the whole thingy with me. That's alright. What color do we think this one should be? I'm thinking maybe have a purplish color. Well, purple is around here. We do have a pink. Dark blue. Salbona, nice to see you here this evening. What colors? Yeah, this color is fine for now. I don't want to sit for too long on the colors because we can always change that later. Copy paste. So the next is bookmark. I'm liking this new design. Thank you, Black Mode. Definitely. I'm gonna add you to you offer courses on Canva. I can definitely do some private tutoring for you if you would like that, but we're not really offering specific courses. Just join. What are we designing? Okay, no problem. So If you don't know us now, we are Mzansi Innovation Hub. We have the MIH app. So this is what's on the screen right now. If you'd like to know more about it, just ask Mzansi a question. What is MIH about? So our Mzansi AI will come back with the response. Let's listen to what it says.
Take that wave in hand. MIH, short for Mzansi Innovation Hub, is basically Mzansi's first super app. Think of it as a one-stop shop for both your personal and business life. It's designed to help you manage everything, from your professional profile and teams to scheduling appointments and even doing quick calculations. It's all built around the MIH app, which is super handy for South Africans. Want to know more about the specific features? I can tell you about Mzansi Profile, Wallet, Patient Manager, and more. Smiling face with smiling eyes and rosy cheeks. Would you like me to elaborate on any particular aspect?
So thank you, Mzansi AI. So that is just a brief summary of what MIH is about. We are currently available on the Google Play Store, the Apple App Store, and on the web. Just search Mzansi Innovation Hub here at the top, and you should find us there. So what are we designing? We are creating a Mzansi directory, a place for people to or a place for you to find people or businesses inside Mzansi, right? So in order for us to do that, when someone uses the Mzansi directory, they're going to search for a person or business and then click on that their profile. Once they click on that profile, it should take them somewhere. Currently inside MIH, it's not looking too good. This is what our personal profile looked like. It was just a capture screen with your username, first name, last name, and whether it's a business account or not, and then update. But we're going to redesign it to this. So when someone clicks on your profile, when they're searching for you, it'll take them here, which will provide them with your username, your first name, last name, the account type, your purpose, and whether they want to connect with you or not, right? Then on top of that, on the business side, if they search for a business, it currently looks like this, which is a capture screen. And we want to change it up a little bit more. Like the yellow book. Yes, like the yellow book. But that's just one of the packages that we offer or going to offer inside MIH. But that's a perfect example, a digital yellow pages for Mzansi. So currently we have it like this, which is just, again, a capture field for you to update your information. But black mode suggested something like this. Yesterday, how can I not, I want to put this to the front. Go to the front. To the front, yeah. So yesterday we designed version 2 over here. And then we also designed version 1 over here. Or version 1.5. Yesterday we voted with the people of Mzansi, and then they decided that version 1.5 is their favorite compared to those two. On top of that, Black Mode, one of the members of Mzansi, created this design for us about with this card section, right? So we're trying to, because this uses white and gray, it's not really matching our theme of MIH. What we are going to do, or what we're trying to do right now, is to match the theme to the MIH theme and see what it looks like and the look and feel of it inside Mzansi Innovation Hub, right? So this is what it's currently looking like. Is it looking better? Do we like what it's looking like? Is it not good? Do we like version, let's see over here. Do we like version 1.5 or 1.75? That's the questions at the moment. 1.5, 1.75. So that's what we're designing. I hope that answered your question. The digital yellow pages, basically. So I'm liking this design. What's the time? I'm definitely liking this design. Thank you so much, Black Mode. Please go follow him. He is one of the members of Mzansi, and this is his profile right here. This is his profile over here. That's his username. You can go follow him now. And if you want, you can hit him up for designs. You can see that he's quite dope at designing things. So please feel free to hit him up. So I think I can remove this now. I think, like Neo was saying, 1.75 is way better than the other ones. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to move forward with 1.75 as our final design for the business profile. So then what we can do next is actually designing, is there a class I'm interested? So what exactly, so I'm more than happy to assist you with anything. Let me flip the camera and speak to you. More than happy to assist with tutoring and all of those kind of things, right? But what exactly do you want tutoring on? So I'm not an expert at everything. So what tutoring would you like? Is it around coding? Is it around front end development? Is it back end development? Is it user design? Like what exactly is the thing that you would like classes on actually? And I see Happy over here is asking who will pay. Please elaborate on what we are paying for. Please let us know. So, yeah, so that's what we're doing now. I'll let you answer in the chat, but I think what we're going to move on to next is designing the actual Mzansi directory now, right? So this is where it'll get a little bit more exciting because we're no longer updating to be on the platform. Who will pay? So the platform is free to use. So if you go onto Google right now, I'll go onto the Google Play Store for you. And let me flip the screen. More camera. Yeah, so if you see right now, you see that there's no cost associated to it. You can just install on device right now. So you just search for it and install it. Designing websites. It'll be good for small businesses, definitely. It's free to use. This is the purpose. This is the reason why we're making it free. It's all over. So I don't want because majority of our country is living in poverty, and that includes myself, right? So I don't want us to have another system that is out of reach of the majority of South Africans because they can't afford it. And if you look at any of the other platforms out here, specifically, so MIH started off with as a solution to digitize the interactions between doctors and patients, right? So currently we have a solution called the patient manager. The patient manager allows it streamlines the interactions between doctors and patients. It allows you as a normal person to have access to your patient profile. It then also allows doctors to manage their appointments and also to request access to other people's profiles. So if I go to one doctor and I'm using MIH as my platform to store my medical information, and they can put consultation notes. I'll give you a demo of what it looks like now. Consultation notes, all of these other things. And then if I go to a new doctor, that new doctor, if he is also using, or he or she is also using MIH, then they can request access to that person's profile and then have access to the previous consultation notes. So instead of asking you all these questions from scratch, like, oh, what are you allergic to, X, Y, and Z, have you been for an X-ray, all of these things, he can just go through your patient profile, understand what your previous visits were all about, get an understanding of you as a patient as a whole, and then move forward from there. So that's our big feature of MIH at the moment. But now there's current solutions like that out here, right? But if you go to the majority of them majority of the doctors that use these solutions are in very affluent areas. So it's in our more affluent areas, right? Like your Santons, your Rosebanks, all of those kind of things, right? But our doctors in the Kasis are being left out of this. They're still using a pen and paper, they're still using a yellow envelope, and they're still using a cupboard to put these files inside there. That's such a risky way to store such sensitive information, such as medical information, right? So that's why we are here. We are here to fill in that gap so that everyone is not left out. Everyone can use technology to the fullest. So I'll give you a demo of centralizing patients' record for public health. One of my projects, really good and needed. Thank you so much. So I'll give you a demo of what the patient manager would look like. So I'll flip the screen. And then what we can do is, So let me minimize this a little bit more and put it in the middle of the screen for us. Yeah, so you should be able to see it right now. So this is the personal side of MIH, but if you look in the top right hand corner, we have a different icon, and that takes us to our business profile. You see how easy it is to switch between your business and your personal profile just with a simple click. Once you're on your business profile, you have access to a patient manager. This is it here. If we click on it, you'll see our appointments. I can click on my icon, add appointment. I'll just make a skeleton appointment, for example. So that's just a blank appointment, no patient attached to it. Testing. It should work. If it doesn't work, please forgive me. I'll just put generic stuff, testing, add. And you can see here's your appointment. If you click on it, you'll have access to the information. So it's just a way for you to keep track of your appointments instead of once again using a pen and paper and a book. So then thereafter, once you book an appointment and the patient comes to see you, you will then open up My Patients, right? And search for a specific patient that you have access to. If you look over here under Test Patient, you can see that the access is approved, right? Because the access is approved, when I click on it, it'll take me, or it'll ask me, do I want to book an appointment? I just showed what that looks like. Or do I want to view the medical record? I click on View Medical Record. And here's the personal information: ID, name, surname, cell phone number, email address, right? If we go to the bottom, medical aid information. So it's all over there. The patient doesn't have to manually enter this in again. It's already there for the doctor and their whole team, their whole office to have access to. On top of having access to this information, if we swipe over on mobile or click on the icon in the top right hand corner, the next one, we have the notes. So this is different consultation notes. So if we look over here, this is what a note will look like. What is the doctor's office or the medical practice that created this note? Which doctor in this practice created this note? When was this note created? The title of this note, and also the details of the note. So all of this information is there. So if I'm a doctor and it's the first time I'm seeing test patient, I can go through this the notes, the previous notes, just a couple of them, and see exactly what happened over here. So you can see over here that on the, what's this, the 12th of May 2025, consultation on flu. The consultation note is for basic flu consultation. So I can see that, oh, this person just came back from getting the flu. There'll probably be more information over there, like given an injection or checked for this, XYZ, done this test, all of those things, right? So that's there. So I can get a overview of what exactly the common diseases or the previous doctor's interactions are. On top of seeing doctor's notes, the next thing that you can do is see documentations, right? But not only see documentations, but also you have access to, sorry, TikTok was distracting me over here, verifying that I'm not a human. Thank you so much for the follow. Who was that? Justified. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you. So you don't only have access to notes, so a place to store notes, you also have access to generate notes. If we click on our menu at the bottom, you'll see that we can generate a prescription, we can generate a medical certificate, or we can add a document. Add a document just adds it into it. Sure, interesting. Thank you so much. Don't forget to follow us, and also don't forget to download MIH. If you like it, if you want to test it out, it's freely available on the Google Play Store, Apple App Store, and on the web. And it's super easy to create an account. Just, you can even hit me up on TikTok to let me know. Thank you so much, Canelway, for the hearts. I appreciate you. So once again, like if you want to generate, let me show you what the prescriptions look like. Oh, before I do that, if you want to generate a prescription, you go to generate prescription, click on it, and then you have access to a form that you have to capture, right? This form, why is it not scrolling? Oh, there's it over here. This form, you'll have to search for a medicine. I'll just search sand. That's a medicine that I know of. Click on search. Now you have access to all the medicines, right? Maybe do another one. Dema. Search. There's demas and cold and flus, right? And then we add the dosage, which can be maybe so 2 tablets, 3 times a day for 5 days, 0 repeats. Click on add. Then you see Demazin is there. if we click on, let's say, give me an example of a medicine, guys. So is it for patients or doctors? But anyway, let's not continue with this. Once you generate the prescription, it will look something like this. It will automatically generate it and put it into the patient's profile. So now you don't have to print it out. As a doctor, you don't have to print it out and then give it to the patient to say, here's it, take it to the pharmacy and make a copy of it and keep it safe. It's on your patient profile already. You'll see that the company logo will be there. It'll be some company, the medical practices logo will be there. The medical practices information will be there. The list of the prescriptions, and also if we go a little bit closer, we can see that you have the medicine over there. So 2 tablets, 2 times daily for 5 days, quantity 20, 0 repeats, and at the bottom it has your signature, and it has a verification code. So someone can scan this code to validate that the information on this prescription was not tampered with, right? That's the one thing. Medical certificate also, very simple. You click on your menu button at the bottom. You click on generate medical certificate. You select your from date, so from today up to and including the 26th, and then coming back to work on the 27th. Okay, then you click on generate. What it should do, it does take some time, but it generates our medical certificate for us. If we have a look, here's it over here. So you see company logo. Sorry, I just changed the company logo now. Company information and the information over here. So this basically says this is to certify that patient test, which is our test profile, ID number, was seen by Dr. So-and-so on this date. She is unfit to attend work or school from this date up to and including that date, and will return, or she or he will return on this date, right? So yes, a sick note. That's what it is, a sick note. Then your signature will be there. The verification will be there to validate that this document has not been tampered with. But I think what you were speaking about, Lean, is the next option that you have. So another aspect of doctors, what they do is they also make claims to medical aids, or they request payment from patients. If we go here and let's create a new one. So is this a claim or is this a statement? So this is a claim because it's going to be sent to the medical aid. This is a game changer. Exactly. Spread the word about MIH. Spread the word about MIH. We are free to use. So there's it over here. If we want to generate a claim or a statement, you can complete this form. So is it a claim? Yes, it's a claim. Is it a, when was the date of service? It automatically put today's date, but you can click and change it. What type of service did you provide as a medical practice? A consultation, a procedure, or other? I'll click consultation for standard purposes, right? Just to make it easy for us. Underneath that, consultation type. But if you've noticed this, if we click on procedure, it automatically changes the fields for us. If I click on other, changes the fields for us. So it keeps changing the fields. It's dynamic with what you want. So I'll keep it consultation. I'll keep it general consultation. The next thing that we'll have to do is the ICD-10 code. So for those that don't know what an ICD-10 code is, an ICD-10 code was created by the WHO. So the WHO is the World Health Organization. Sorry, I want to put lip eyes on. So the World Health Organization created these ICD-10 codes, and a whole lot of different countries signed in or opted in to use these codes, right? So the code is basically saying, this is the code for this type of diagnosis. So like the flu has a specific code, and then all of this data then goes back to the WHO somehow, maybe through the medical aids. I'm not sure how it gets back to the WHO, but this information will go back to the WHO, or it'll go to the government, and then from the government it goes to the WHO, and they would consolidate that information and then say, okay, there was 100,000 diagnoses with the code XYZ, and XYZ means TB. That means there was, out of all the consultations, 50% of them were TB cases. So that's how they track things. So I'll show you how this works, right? So we have ICD-10 code. My favorite code to use is I-10. I'm not sure why, but you click enter. There's our code. So this is hypertension. You click on it, and then how much did the service cost? Let's say 500. Was there any pre-authorization number? It's an optional field. You can leave it blank. You can click generate. After clicking generate, give it some time. Then we go back there. Now we have our claim. So this is on the patient's profile, right? They have access to this. They can use this to go to the medical aids or whatever. Thank you so much, Jab, for the follow. Do whatever they want to do, right? But what a medical practice would do is they would take this, they would click on download. And after clicking on download, they would probably take this document. So you see it's here, it's downloaded. I don't know why it's so tiny, but it's downloaded. They would take this and they would email it to their medical the medical aid. So you can see over here the medical aid of this patient is test med. So test med, and they're on the basic package, right? So it provides you with all that information. The doctor didn't have to fill out any of this patient's details, didn't have to fill out anything over here. Just click on like 5 fields and it generated this for you. Sorry, once again, you'll see that there's a verification code so that we can see that this document was not tampered with. If whatever data is inside this code doesn't match the data that's on this document, that means this document was tampered with, right? So that's what let's go back to MIH. That's what the patient manager is all about. That's the power of MIH. I keep on speaking about the power of MIH. That's what the power of MIH is all about, right? On top of this, so this is my patients, right? So this is me, the patients that I have access to, or the pending patients. But if I want to search for a specific patient, I just go to patient search. Then I can search for a patient through MIH, right? So click 1, 2, 3. So here are the people. But if you notice something, the names are starred out. The medical aid numbers are starred out. This is for privacy protection. You don't have access to this person's information. Why should you see their stuff over here? You should just search for their medical aid or their ID number. That should be the only thing that's accessible over there. That's how they can confirm it, right? Then once you do that, you would click on their profile. Okay, this one is already approved. You would click on their profile. I think this one. Yeah, click on their profile. It shows you that I have no access. I have to request for access to this patient's profile. So your data is protected, right? Once someone requests access, what would happen is you, as the owner of this data, would have to go to your access controls under your MIH app. And then you would have to approve the access through here. You would see pending requests. You would click on it. You would find out, okay, who's the business name? When did they request access? The type of access that they're looking for. So in this case, it's access to my patient profile. The status of the request, who was it actioned by, so who approved this request? It is me. And when did I approve it, right? So I see there's a question, does it show availability of slots before making appointments? So it's not at the moment, right? So I love the thought process. At the moment, there's no way. So there's no way for a patient to book an appointment with the doctors, right? That's why we're working on the Mzansi directory, a way for you to find a medical practice that's close to you. And then also once you're able to find them, then we can add the functionality to book. But there's more things that need to be done before that can happen, right? So before we move on to booking appointments, let's look at this one. Also, I'm not sure if this answers your question, but if we go to our patient manager, we can book more appointments. So I'll book an appointment for now. So testing 2 for today. What's the time right now? So I'll do 8:15. Then testing 2, add. And then let's see. I'll book one way in advance. So testing 3. Let's put today's date. The time, let's put 9:25. Okay. Testing 3. Add. So you can see I don't know if you can see it properly over here on TikTok, but On the other platforms, you can see it. It has different colors. So appointments that have passed is in gray. The current hours appointments is in green, and then the future appointments are in the blue color. So how do you go up? How do you guys go about with Popia? Assuming you store personal information, 100% we do store personal information. And if you go to the About MIH tile, so whether you're on your business profile or your personal profile, click on the About MIH tile and click on this icon at the top. It takes you to our privacy policy. So it speaks about how we use the data and things like that, right? So we're declaring how we use your data. So if you don't like the privacy policy or the terms of use of MIH, so we have both of those for you to read. And it's not hard English to follow. It's simple English. We're not trying to fool you with loads of information. You would read this. If you're not happy with it, all you have to do is under your personal profile, make sure it's personal, click on the Mzansi profile, then click on your settings icon, and then you can delete the account over there. Right? So, and this deletes all of your information. Right? So this is how we're getting around Popia. And then also, if you have any concerns, I think it's under terms of use, the governing laws. So these terms are governed by the laws of South Africa, right? And Popia is a South African law, I think. Popia. So if there's any disputes, then we'll do it. And then there's also, someone asked earlier, like, do we share our data with other people? There's the number 4, data sharing. So the only circumstances, where's it? Data sharing, there's it over here. Number 3. The only circumstances that we're allowed to share data is with your consent. Currently, we didn't ask for any consent to share this information other than the access controls. That's your consent that you're providing to the doctors, right? Or under legal obligations. Legal obligations means a patient, an example that a doctor gave me is if a patient is suing a medical practice, and they would need access to the data, that means that the courts can subpoena MIH into providing that information to the courts in order for them to continue the investigation or their stuff, right? So this is our privacy policy and this is our terms of use, right? If you're not happy with it, just like any other applications, you should not continue using the application. You should delete the account so your data is no longer there. I hope that answered your questions, Happy. Are there provisions for mobile health functionality where clinics can conduct consultations? So we're not. So I'm wondering if you're asking me if we have a web version or an Android version. So we do have the Android version. I'm not sure if that is your question, but we do have the Android version. It is available. So let me flip my camera, then I'll show you what we have. I'm not sure if it's answering your question, but let me know. So one of our products that we provide, other than just providing with MIH, we provide businesses with dedicated support. So I know big businesses don't want to be going onto forums or going onto TikTok trying to get help with their application. They want dedicated support. They want to email someone or call someone to get that. So we offer dedicated support. And speaking about clinics and things like that, is we have this is one of the products that we offer also. It's called, or we're calling it the Mzansi tab. It's just a tablet for you to easily use MIH on. Online consultation. So online consultations, it's definitely something that can be added into the future, but remember there's a lot of things that we have to do before that happens, right? So we need to enable calling, we need to enable texting, we need to enable things like that. And before we even enable that, we need to enable you to connect with someone, right? That's the Mzansi directory, right? So we are working to get to that point where we can have online consultations, but it's not something that can happen right now as we speak. There's many more steps that need to happen before we do that. And you don't want to have unencrypted consultations or chats when you're speaking about sensitive things like medical information. That's why what we want to do is we want to enable, I'm going to flip my camera again, we want to enable end-to-end encryption through WebRTC. So let's go to Mzansi and ask Mzansi, what is WebRTC? WebRTC. We'll wait for it to think. Let's speak.
Hey there, let's talk about WebRTC. It can sound a bit touchy, but it's actually pretty cool. Basically, WebRTC, Web Real-Time Communication, is a technology that lets you make audio and video calls directly from a web browser or mobile app without needing to install extra plugins. Think of it like a super smooth video chat. It's used for things like video conferencing, online gaming, and even live streaming. It's developed by the W3C and is now widely supported. Want to know more about how it works or how it's used within the MIH app? Would you like me to elaborate on this topic?
Thank you so much, Mzansi AI, for your answer. And thank you, Justice, for the roses. So that's what WebRTC is. One thing that I didn't mention over here is that WebRTC, where is it? WebRTC is end-to-end encrypted. If I open up an image over here for you, let's make it big. So if I open up an image here for you, we can see that how WebRTC works is it's basically peer-to-peer communication. So your chats, your conversations, your video calls are not going to be stored on the MIH servers, right? It's only stored on device. So on your device and on the person that you're communicating with. It's not stored locally or not stored on our servers. So if our servers are hacked, your conversations are not being exposed, right? If you have a look at these two servers over here, we just have a signaling server. So that's basically saying what's the IP address of this client, what's the IP address of this client. Once we have the IP address, get them connected with each other, and then the interaction is direct, end to end. So it's the same thing that WhatsApp uses. It's the same thing that I think only recently iMessage started using real-time communication, I think, and I think Google also uses it quite a lot, right? So that's what we want to utilize inside MIH. But once again, we're gonna have to have the Mzansi directory available for us, because what we can have over here, you see we have provisions for a call, but when we deploy the Mzansi directory in the beginning, this is just going to use your normal cell phone to do it. But in the future, one day, what we want to do is when you click on make a call, it's going to use WebRTC and it's going to communicate with them like that. Just like what you do on WhatsApp. But once again, it's going to come into the future. A lot of groundwork that we have to do in order to get that sorted. But cool. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining the live. I appreciate you and all the support that you give us. Make sure you don't forget to follow us. If it's your first time here and you're enjoying the content, follow us. We try to post daily. Thank you so much for the TikTok. So we post daily. We also have subscriptions, which is something new. You can do that. It's in the corner over here. I think it's like 65 Rand. You get access to a few different things. One of the other features one of the other perks that you get is you'll get access, or you'll be prioritized to be a beta tester for MIH. That's one thing that we do. We're working on like having a live stream and chatting with all of the subscribers and getting their opinions on things like that. Also, you can just download MIH and support us that way. We currently have ads, so you can look at the ads, click on the ads if you want to, and then money will come to us also. Is there any plan to make loyalty cards offline? So very good question, and I'll show you what. So offline first architecture. So I have been doing some research, right? There was a few people that have requested that, and where is, let's say, Flutter. So it's called, I'm not going to show you now, but it's called an offline first architecture. So because I didn't know about this when first building MIH, we didn't architect everything like that. Only post everything we found out what offline first architecture is and how to implement that. So we're going to have to retrofit MIH to fit within the whole of MIH, not just MIH, not just the loyalty card stuff, right? But the entirety of MIH has to be an offline first architecture in order for you to get offline loyalty cards and things like that, right? So we are thinking about it. We will try and get it sorted. There's other things, once again, other things that we need to fix first inside MIH in order to lay that foundation for us. But we are looking into it, I promise you that. So cool. Yeah. So you can support us by watching the streams, watching the content, following us here on TikTok, on YouTube, Twitch, Kick. We're on all the platforms. If you go to the About MIH page, you'll see that we are on multiple platforms. You can download MIH from the Google Play Store, Apple App Store, create an account, check us out there, and just keep watching, keep sharing, keep giving me your opinions and things like that. I really appreciate it, and we are definitely building something great together. I feel that. Thank you so much, everyone, and let's keep working hard, Mzansi. Salagahle.